All right, so there's a brand new report out, and it's all about how artificial intelligence is shaking up the job market right here in India. It's something we're all thinking about. What does this massive tech shift actually mean for our careers?
So let's just get right to the big question, the one that probably keeps some of us up at night. Is your job safe from AI? That's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer. We'll dig into the data, see where things are really headed, and figure out what it all means for you.
Okay, let's jump right in. First things first, we need to get a handle on the big picture. What's the overall vibe of the job market right now, according to this new analysis?
So right off the bat, the report is really clear on one thing. This is not some kind of job apocalypse. It's more of an evolution. Think of it this way. AI is basically creating a fork in the road for a lot of careers, a really clear split.
And those two paths are pretty stark. You're either on the disrupted path or the resistant one. Some jobs are going to get hit hard by automation, no doubt, but others, they're actually set to become even more valuable. So our mission here is to figure out which is which, and the crucial part, why.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. It's time to look at the actual data and see the specific jobs that are landing on either side of this big AI divide.
So the analysis points to 40 specific job roles in India that are, pretty vulnerable to disruption. These are the jobs that are built on tasks that are repetitive, predictable, and you guessed it, easily automated. But here's the flip side. The report also found 40 roles that are holding strong, jobs that are proving to be super resistant to automation. Why? Because they rely on skills that AI, for now at least, just can't touch.
And this comparison right here, it pretty much says it all. You've got a data entry clerk whose job is all about predictable, repetitive tasks that an AI can learn in its sleep. Then you have a doctor who's dealing with super complex diagnoses, unpredictable human beings, and needs a ton of empathy. Totally different worlds.
Okay, here's another great example. A truck driver, especially on those long, straight highways, is doing a very routine physical job. And, self-driving tech is gunning for that. But a sales manager, their whole world is about building relationships, picking up on subtle cues from clients, and cooking up complex strategies. That stuff is deeply, deeply human. Let's take a look at the world of finance. A traditional accountant, the person crunching numbers and doing taxes, a lot of that is rule-based calculation that software is already amazing at. But a financial advisor? That's a whole other ballgame. They're giving you personalized advice, they're trying to understand your life goals, and they help you navigate the emotional roller coaster of money decisions. That's a completely different job.
And get this divide exists even within the tech industry itself. Writing basic, predictable chunks of code? Yeah, AI is getting really good at that. But an AI/ML architect, the person who dreams up and designs the entire complex system, the grand strategist, their skills are more valuable than ever before.
So, okay, after seeing all these examples, you're probably asking the same thing I am. What's the secret sauce here? What's the fundamental difference? What really makes a job safe from AI?
And here it is. The report boils it all down to this one crucial idea. The key difference is automating repetitive tasks versus the lasting demand for jobs that are all about being human. So what exactly is a human-centered role? Let's break that down. We're talking about jobs that lean heavily on skills that are, uniquely human. Stuff like coming up with a brand new idea out of thin air, actually understanding how a coworker is feeling, or making a tough judgment call when the data just isn't there. The report actually organizes these skills into what it calls the 3 pillars of resilience. Think of it as your survival kit. Pillar number 1, creativity. That's all about creating new stuff and finding novel solutions. Pillar 2, empathy, the ability to connect with and truly understand other people. And pillar 3, complex decision-making. Being the one who makes the strategic call when things get murky. This is our human advantage right here. All right, final section. Let's bring this all home. How do we take all this information and actually use it to build a path forward for our own careers? And what's so fascinating is just how diverse this list of safe jobs is. It's not just a bunch of fancy tech roles. You've got teachers and therapists who run on empathy. You've got artists and chefs who are all about creativity. And then you have electricians who have to do complex problem solving in the real, messy physical world. You see the pattern? The common thread isn't the industry, it's the human skills they all require. And this right here is probably the single most important takeaway from this whole thing. It's time to stop obsessing over your job title. Instead, think about the skills you're using every single day. Are you creating? Are you connecting with people? Are you solving weird, tricky problems? Because focusing on those human skills, that's your best bet for building a career that can weather any storm.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. As you look at your own career, your own path, what human skill is going to be your superpower in this new AI-driven world? Is it your creativity, your empathy, your knack for making the tough calls? Think about it. Thanks for tuning in.